Happy Friday, caregivers. It's your caregiver and business coach, Melissa, and I hope you've had a good week. I am really happy that this new system I've personally been doing with my task management system for getting stuff done for my business, it has really helped a lot because I'm not having to think about what I'm getting done. The planning takes only about 15 minutes on the weekends because I have my template in Notion where I have everything that I want to do, that I need to do every week anyway, listed. And then I just have a section where I just add in like, okay, what bigger projects do I have going on and what bigger tasks do I need to make sure I get done this week? And I just add those in. I can do it from my phone and I'm done. So that's been feeling really good. But what I want to talk to you for my little pep talk for this week was about how you're not going to please everybody, okay? As a caregiver, as a business owner, there's always going to be, unfortunately, other people that disagree with your choices, right? As a caregiver, you are there to advocate first and foremost for your loved one, okay? And what they want should be what you want. And so that's why I definitely encourage, and I'm going to be talking about this actually on Monday's podcast episode. So click the link in my bio to subscribe to my blog so you'll catch that episode. But making sure that you have the legal documentation to make sure that that you legally can advocate for their wishes in terms of what medical care they want or don't want, so they have the best quality of life possible, right? And at the end, when they've maybe had enough, you have the authority to say, no, this is what my loved one wants, and their wishes can be honored. But also, too, I know with being a personal and professional caregiver. I was a professional caregiver for 15 years as a certified nursing assistant. And then I've cared for my grandmother the last 2 years of her life, my father the last 2 years of his, been actively caring for my husband the last 4. So there's always going to be opinions, unfortunately, about treatment and whether you're doing enough or not enough, or, oh, my loved one dealt with this, so have you tried this? People mean well. And sometimes the information is helpful. Okay, I'm not saying that any advice or resources that someone offers could not be a good fit for you, and your loved one. But also take that with a grain of salt and being okay with going with your gut and going with your loved one's gut of what they feel comfortable doing if the information that you guys have been presented does not feel like something that you guys are comfortable with pursuing. That is fine, okay? Same thing on the business. Listen, there's so many businesses out there. I know I'm not the only caregiver or business coach out there, okay? And so I know that some of my stuff that I teach and I share with you or share with people is not going to be the right fit for everybody, which is good, right? If it worked for everyone to take in to help everybody, then we would all be having like email lists and clientele lists that are beyond, count, and that would not make sense, right? So, because here's the thing, with our businesses, and this actually hit me this week when I was talking with my business coach, so shout out to Faith Moran, love you, that all we can do in our business is just share what we've been through, our stories, our situations, our experiences, and use that story to the best of our ability to help others. Because if we've been through it, there's probably somebody else that's been through it. And the benefit for our clientele is that because we've been through it, we can give them some shortcuts. We can give them some tips. We can help them along to where the process of whatever they're facing, whatever the situation that we're helping our clientele through, is less daunting. They don't feel so isolated. They don't feel so alone. They have somebody to ask questions to, and they have the support, because a lot of us, when we're building, I know for me with my story, one of the things that I really leverage is that I didn't have support. Because I was dealing with my husband being sick and newly diagnosed and sick amid a pandemic during 2020 when we were locked down, we couldn't access family, and everything was virtual with our medical team. So it was hard. It was very challenging to feel like I'm the only one on the planet dealing with this situation and I don't know who to go to. And so after going through that of being a first-time mom, dealing with caring for my 1-year-old and trying to build a business and not having any prior experience and dealing with dealing with my husband's illness that was new to me. I had never had anybody in my 15-year career as a CNA, with a seizure disorder, or specifically epilepsy. So it was new to me, and it was so frustrating that the treatment for epilepsy is still so new. There's still so much that we do not know about the brain. And when you're dealing with the brain, you're dealing with an individualistic brain. So even if you come up with a, right now, or excuse me, let me back up. Right now, the treatments are just very sporadic in terms of, well, because you have an individualistic brain, here, we'll start here, we'll see where it goes. If that doesn't work, we'll try this. And that's frustrating. It's not as streamlined like with some of the other illnesses out there, like say cancer or something, where there's more, what more of to expect in terms of like, okay, maybe it's surgery, maybe it's radiation, maybe it's chemo, maybe it's oral chemo. There's a little bit more kind of like awareness about kind of what to expect in those situations. Whereas with this, it's still kind of new. There's still so much that we don't know. It's been going on. People have been having seizure disorders for years, but there's still so much that we don't know about how to better streamline this, this illness. And I definitely hope and pray one day that, like, tagging along with what my husband's neurologist is praying for, is that hopefully one day, his dream is that one day he can be able to just do a blood test one day and be able to say, oh, you have this specific type of a seizure disorder or epilepsy, and then this is the treatment that we need to start on you ASAP. But right now we just have to kind of go off with what we're seeing, what we're experiencing, and just try things. And your loved one's kind of a guinea pig, unfortunately, with trying all these different meds and dealing with the nasty side effects. That's been the hard part for me as a caregiver. And it's been interesting, I know, going along the side with the caregiving bit for a moment of everyone offering information and offering like, oh, my loved one was cured with this. And it's like, there's no cure yet. All we can do is, hopefully we can get it right now. All we can hopefully do is get your seizures into remission. And it's still something you have to monitor for the rest of your life, because it could go dormant for a while, but then it could come back. I know people who have, they've had a spell where they've gone like maybe 10 or 15 years without a seizure, but then they have one, and then they have to adjust their meds, and they have a bit of a cluster of seizures. A cluster means a couple, like 2 or 3 more seizures, close together. So anyway, there's just so much. There's so much that we're taking in as caregivers. There's so much we're taking in as business owners. Everybody has their own opinion. As the CEO of your business, as the caregiver for your chronically ill loved one, you are the captain of the ship, and you get to decide what you feel is right, okay? And your loved one, as a caregiver, really is the captain of your ship, and then you're the one that's doing the legwork, the advocation, so they get what they need, and that their wishes are honored. And same thing as a business owner. You have a unique story. If it's on your heart to build this business, there's a reason for it, right? And it is so important that you do not lose sight of that, okay? And yes, it is a process. I've been at this for almost 4 years, and I'm still learning, and I'm still improving, and I finally feel like I'm on the right path. But I have new marketing I'm doing now, and I'm refining my offer for my clientele. So, have I hit all my goals yet? No. Is it frustrating sometimes? Of course. But does that mean I should give up? And does it mean that I'm never going to get to where I want to go with my business, and that I'm never going to find the right clients for my business? No, it just means it might take a little bit longer. So anyway, I hope that helps you. If it's been a rough week, know that you're not alone, and I'm so sorry. And if you need a place to vent, reach out. Reach out. And if it's been a good week, I want to hear some highs. So leave a comment below and let me know what kind of a week it's been for you. If it's been a good week, I want to celebrate with you. If it's been a bit of a rough week, I want to come alongside and encourage you. Okay? Because I know it's not fun to have rough weeks, whether it's been your loved one having a tougher week with their health, maybe something else happened that was traumatic for you. Maybe it was your own health, or maybe on the business side, you tried something new this week, it didn't go well, and you're just feeling a little down and frustrated. So just realize and remember that it's okay to have those experiences. We're human beings with emotions. We're going to have moments where we need to feel a little angry or a little sad or a little frustrated for a while, but then we need to just let it go and move forward so we can get back to work figuring out, how can I do this better? And that's the same way as a caregiver. We're going to try things with our loved one in terms of treatment, how we kind of create a routine so that way they have some structure. And sometimes what we try, it'll be a hit and it'll work, and other times it'll be a miss. And in either of these roles, as a caregiver or business owner, you're not a bad one. And there's no way that you're going to be perfect, okay? We're going to make mistakes. We're going to have to try things. We're going to have to brainstorm. We're going to have to just be open to being flexible. And I know sometimes being flexible and going with the flow is not fun. It feels so uncomfortable because as human beings, we like structure, we like predictability. And as a caregiver and a business owner, sometimes you're just really going by the seat of your pants and that's all you can do. So just know that you are doing an incredible job. You are gifted with unique talents. Not everyone is called to be a caregiver, and I applaud you for standing up for your loved ones and taking care of them in your homes. And also, I do applaud you as well, as if you're a business owner, for wanting to share something that was maybe rough for you, or something that, or if it wasn't rough, but something that just really has resonated with you and just lights you up, and you want to share that joy, that passion, that outlet with others. Okay, so keep going, don't lose heart, and know that you certainly do not have to go through this journey alone. All right, guys, I'll see you next week in my live. I hope you have a great weekend, get some rest, and just know that you are not alone. All right, take care, guys.